Welcome back to practical session of fluid mechanics. This is practical number 4, verification of modified Bernoulli's equation. These are the contents of the practical: aim and objectives, specification, procedure, then actual performance of the experiment, observations, sample calculations, result and discussion, and conclusions. The objectives of this experiment is to demonstrate the variation of pressure along a converging diverging pipe section. And the second objective is to validate the modified Bernoulli's equation and the theorem experimentally. Bernoulli's equation is obtained by integrating Euler's equation of motion. As Euler's equation is in differential form, if we integrate that equation by considering the incompressible flow, that is rho is equal to constant, we have this form of Bernoulli's equation, that is P by rho plus G Z plus V square by 2, that is equal to constant. If we divide both sides by G, that is P by rho G plus Z plus V square by 2G, that is equal to constant. So this is the most used form of Bernoulli's equation, that is P by gamma plus Z plus V square by 2G, that is equal to constant. Or in other words, we can apply this Bernoulli's equation between two sections of the pipe by considering suffix 1 for section 1 and suffix 2 for section 2. These are the forms, or the above equations are known as the Bernoulli's equation, in which all these terms, if we divide, this is the addition of the three terms. That means the addition of P by gamma, that is pressure energy per unit weight, or the P by gamma is called as the pressure energy per unit weight, or pressure head, or static head. V square by 2G is called as kinetic energy per unit weight, or kinetic head, or dynamic head, or Z, that is equal to potential energy per unit weight, or potential head. That means the Bernoulli's equation is nothing but addition of three types of energies: pressure energy, potential energy, and kinetic energy. So these energies are expressed in terms of head, because the units of all the terms in this particular equation as meter, the Z is in meter, all these are in meter. That's why these are the heads. Or it can be expressed, that is energy per unit weight, because the weight unit of energy is Newton meter. And if you divide Newton meter by Newton, that is the unit of weight, it becomes meter. So that's why it is called, all these energies are expressed in per unit weight, or in terms of head, that is pressure head, kinetic head, and potential head. There are some more terminologies associated with Bernoulli's equation, that is P by gamma plus Z, that is called as the piezometric head. The addition of all heads, that is called as the total head. And only pressure head and kinetic head, that is called as a dynamic head. Or in terms of pressure, that is P plus rho V square by 2, that is by, if we consider these two terms and multiply both sides by gamma. So gamma is rho G get cancelled, that is rho V square by 2, that is called as a stagnation pressure or total pressure. So from this expression, Bernoulli's equation or theorem can be stated that for an ideal incompressible irrotational flow through a closed conduit or along a streamline, the total energy or head remains constant. It is based on certain assumptions, and these assumptions are already there in the equation, that is flow is ideal, flow is incompressible, flow is steady, flow is irrotational, all these assumptions. So it is based on the assumptions. But in actual practice, real fluid, there are some viscosity is present. So this Bernoulli's equation is only applicable for ideal flow or ideal fluid. But the Bernoulli's equation is derived based on the assumptions that the fluid is non-viscous and therefore frictionless. So for real fluid, there is always some energy loss along the direction of flow. That means the Bernoulli's equation at section 1 is not equal to Bernoulli's equation at section 2. There is some head loss, okay? So that HL is the height loss between two sections, which may be due to friction or maybe due to change in velocities. Now today's this experiment, we are going to calculate this head loss, or we have to prove that the total head at section 1 is not equal to total head at section 2. It is already some head loss occurs during the course of flow that we have to value. So this is the experimental setup of Bernoulli's equation. It mainly consists of this non-uniform diameter cross-section pipe. The piezometers are fitted at various distances in this cross-section or in this particular non-uniform pipe section. So to measure the static head or pressure head, both ends are connected to the uh, tank, or this is a balancing tank, we can say. So the pump, the motor and pump assembly, it pumps the water in this particular tank, and the water is made to flow through this variable cross section. So we can see that as the cross section decreases, pressure head also decreases. Pressure head is lowest here, and as the cross section further increases, the pressure head increases. So uh, this way we can measure the pressure head at each section. In order to measure the velocity head, the water is collected in collecting tank. There we can measure the time required or time required to raise the level of water in the tank by 10 centimeter. So these are the measurements taken. So as per the area of the cross section is given, that there are 11 or 11 sections we have considered, and each section the cross sectional areas are given. That is required for once we get the discharge, then in order to calculate the velocity as at respective sections, so velocity divided by cross-sectional area, that gives us the discharge, and consequently we can uh, calculate the velocity head at respective section as well. Now the experimental procedure, start the pump and initiate the flow of water through the section, then regulate the flow to the inlet head tank, adjust the regulating valve to keep the head at the inlet tank constant, then measure the height of the water levels in each piezometer and record it. So measuring the discharge of water by measuring the rise in level by for 10 centimeter in the collecting tank. So this is the experimentation. So this is the experimental setup, which mainly consists of this is non-uniform cross-section pipe and provided with the piezometers. So this is an inlet balancing tank, outlet balancing tank, and the water is collected in this measuring tank where we can measure the discharge to the pipe. So these are the piezometers. Now first we can remove the piezometer, remove the air from this with the help of this technique. So the piezometer air is removed. This measures the pressure head. All the piezometers, it measures the pressure head. Now this is the section, this is largest section. The section decreases, the lowest section, and then further it increases. So converging, diverging cross section. Section 1, where this largest section, we can see the level of water in this particular section. So that the level in the second section is this. So continuously the level decreases, and the lowest level we can get at this particular section, that is a throat. So throat, we are getting the lowest section, lowest water level. So this way, this indicates the level of water in the piezometers. So record this level. Then that is the piezometric head at each section that we can say. Then we can measure. So we can count there are 11 pipes or 11 sections are there. Then this water is collected in this measuring tank. So if we and we can measure the rise in liquid level in this particular tank with the help of stopwatch. So by measuring this head, we can measure the discharge in the tank. So this is the experimentation. So the observation table, so area of the tank known to us. H is the rise of water level in the tank. So by measuring the time required, so that is 25 seconds to raise the level by 10 centimeters. So we can calculate the discharge. Now this is observation table. 11 locations are there. For each locations, we can measure the piezometric reading. The level 1 to 11. So the lowest cross section is at 6. So almost lowest pressure we are getting at 6. So the pressure continuously decreases. It is lowest at that particular section, that is section 6. And then further it increases. So this is area at respective sections that already given in the specification. Then the velocity we can calculate by already discharge is calculated. So discharge divided by area. So according to continuity equation, discharge for each section is same. So only the areas is different. That's why velocity is different. So you can see the velocity as the area decreases initially. So the velocity increases. You can see the velocity is maximum here. That is at section 6, which is the lowest area section. And further with in the area increases, so velocity decreases. And again at 11, it is again the lowest. So these are the velocity heads at various velocity at various section. And consequently, we can calculate the velocity head, that is v square by 2g. Sorry, this is a printing mistake. That is v square by twice g. So we can calculate the kinetic head at respective sections. So addition of piezometric head and kinetic head, that is the total head. So these are the total heads at respective sections. Now you can see the total head is continuously decreasing along the direction of flow. That means there is a energy loss, total energy loss along the direction of, and the difference between H1 and H11 is 2.1. So this is the head loss between inlet and outlet. Then we can show it graphically also. So by taking energy per unit weight on, that is in centimeter on y-axis, and location of piezometer, 11 locations are there. So the blue colors, these are the difference in piezometric head, or we can say pressure head. Lowest pressure head is here. And as the flow rate is less, that's why the velocity head comparatively. These are the velocity head in dimension v square by twice g. So you can see the velocity head increases in this direction. And so as the pressure head decreases, velocity head increases. So you can easily visualize the velocity head is maximum here. So this dotted line, these are the velocity heads. So we can easily see the law of conservation of energy here, that as the pressure energy decreases, kinetic energy increases. So it is maximum here. And further from this section onwards, the pressure energy increases, kinetic energy decreases. But the line joining all these heads, so this is the total head at section 1, that is pressure head plus velocity head. Similarly, this is the total head at section 2. And line joining these all the total heads at respective section, that is called the total headline. That is for real fluid. That means the energy is continuously decreases, energy continuously decreases along the direction of flow. So this difference in energy, because this is the horizontal line, that is the total head for ideal fluid. As the real fluid is flowing, so there is continuously energy drop along the direction of flow. And at 11th section, this is the total head loss across the pipe section, that is 1 to 11. So this head loss is mainly because of the change in velocity in this particular case, because the length is short. So whatever the loss, that is mainly due to change in velocity, because velocity is continuously changing. So this is the graphical representation of energy conservation in the Bernoulli equation. And as per the Bernoulli equation, the total energy at section 1, that is equal to total energy at section 2 plus head loss. So this verifies the modified Bernoulli equation. That is, we can say P1 by gamma plus V1 square by 2G plus Z1, that is equal to, here if we consider the second section, that is P2 by gamma plus V2 square by 2G plus Z2 plus HL. So that proves that verify the modified Bernoulli's equation. So that's it from this experiment. At the end, the conclusion is that verification of modified Bernoulli's equation is carried out using a hydraulic bench with the help of converging diverging cross-section pipe. Pressure head at various section is measured using piezometer. Velocities that is required for velocity head at various sections are calculated using continuity equation. And energy conservations at various sections are shown using graphical representation. And the total energy line for ideal and real fluid are drawn. And from this, we can conclude that there is always energy loss along the direction of flow when the real fluid flows through the closed conduit. This is again a fundamental experiment. It has no practical relevance, but we can see when the real fluid flows, we have to take into account the losses. That is the takeaway from this particular session. So with this, we have completed this experiment. Thank you very much.